Removes cross, changes name to C3 Exchange. Going to talk about that. C3 Exchange was formerly known as Christ Community Church. The Reverend Ian Lawton, the church's pastor, said the name change and removing the cross were designed to reflect the church's diverse members. That means a bunch of sinners all in the same place together is what it is, a bunch of lost people. Our community has been a really open-minded, which means closed Bible. See, when you open your mind, you have to close the Bible is what you do. Because the Bible leads to closed-mindedness is what it does. You will decide when you read the Bible and believe it that it really is only one way to heaven and one way to salvation, and that is through, wait, that's through the cross. Sorry, I mean, you already took your cross out. Okay, that's through the cross of Jesus Christ. Our community has been a really open-minded community for some years now. He said we've had a number of Muslim people, which are lost people, Jewish people, they're lost, Buddhists, they're lost, atheists, they're lost. How do you have people that don't believe in God in your church? I mean, I would like them here. Don't get me wrong. I would really like atheists to be in our church. And I would tell them, yes, there is a God. And prove it to them from the Bible. But that's not what they're doing there. Lawton said the church decided to change its name about a year ago and began taking ideas from members. He said the new name was chosen because the church is on Exchange Street and our community, there's that community word again, is a place where people can come to exchange ideas. He said the church is considering painting a heart, a globe, and a word exchange on its exterior wall on the side where the cross stood to symbolize one love for all people. Lawton said he expects the sign to reflect the new name will be up in about 2 weeks, and the outside wall facing East Savage Street will be painted with new symbols in the next 6 months. He said, we honor the cross, but the cross is just one symbol of our community. Lawton gave a sermon, watch this now. Lawton gave a sermon March 21st likening the using the cross as a symbol of Christ's life to using a bullet to remember Martin Luther King Jr. This guy's an idiot. He said that opinion is his and not the church's. That particular talk traveled the world. He said the cross has become a negative symbol for a lot of people. And there's a reason why, by the way. This whole C3, the letter C is a symbol for the number 3. So we have 3, which is 6. And I'm going to do a video this month. If I did it last month and the whole thing crashed and I lost every bit of it, so I'm going to have to redo it again this month on the number 6. When you have a 3 and a 3 together, you either have 33, which is the number for the beast, or you have the number 33 is a number for the beast, or you have the number 6, 3 and 3 added together. And I'll show you that in this month's video. So C3, exchange, X chromosome and change is transformation. I mean, these people didn't just vote on this. This was a spirit-led, a familiar spirit-led concept that's coming into them, and they are promoting. They are going to promote people to a new Christianity is what it is. But the thing about the cross is what really gets me, because I believe that there is one way to salvation and one way to please God, and Christ exhibited His power over everything, and His ability to do things that mankind cannot do. He exhibited that at the cross of Jesus Christ, and I'll never apologize for that, and I'll never be ashamed of it, because I will tell you it's the cross that saves me, and there is no good thing in me. I'm like the Apostle Paul, Romans 7. There is no good thing in me, and if it wasn't for the cross of Jesus Christ, I would not be sitting here today telling you the truth. Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, he said, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness. So you can tell where the fools are. The fools are the people who won't preach the cross, and they'll throw it out the door is what they'll do. But unto us which are saved, it is the power of God. It is the power of God. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. These people think they're really smart, is what they are, but they're not. And God is allowing us to see the signs and the symbols of what's going on in today's world by their actions. So here we have Christ warning us about the Laodicean church that they would be naked. So here's this monk, this priest, promoting this new naked thing in the church. The Bible warns us about being drunk, both physically and spiritually. And here are our denominational leaders being drunk physically and spiritually. God warns us about the removing of the cross, the preaching of the cross to them that perish foolishness. And here is a church that is, to them, the cross is foolishness. God's telling you these are the ones that are perishing. Philippians chapter 3, brethren, be followers together of me and mark them. Mark them. That word mark is interesting here. Mark them which walk so as ye have us for an example. For many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Jesus Christ. When you take the cross out of your church and throw it in the dumpster out back, you are the enemy of the cross, and they're going to be marked people whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, which means that they're yielding to their appetites, and whose glory is their shame, who mind earthly things. Hebrews 12:1, wherefore seeing also we are compassed with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God. The cross, we're not to be ashamed of the cross. The cross represents the shame that is on us, and Christ taking that, remember the nakedness, and remember the shame of nakedness. Well, Christ, who, when they put him on the cross, what did they do? They tore all his clothes off of him. He was bearing on the cross our shame. I want you to think just for a second about the terrible things that you've done in your life. And if everybody found out about it, you'd never be able to show your face again. And yet Christ died for you, and He removed that shame from off of you so that we don't have to be ashamed anymore. Not that we're still sinners and, I can do whatever I want to. But He has removed the shame and reproach of our sin away from us by dying on the cross. And I think we'll keep our cross here at Bethel Church, is what I think we'll do. Sue down in Georgia sent me this, and when there was a brochure that was sent, that was given to her. This is coming through the Nazarene denomination. I appreciate her sending this. There's two sides of this. One was just full of symbols, and she was asking me about the symbols on it, and a lot of them I recognized. But here's what really caught my attention. It said this is promoting a new Bible study, a new curriculum. Listen, people. If you're pastoring a church or you're teaching in Sunday school, you really don't need all the curriculum. All you need is a Bible. Have teachers teach kids the Bible. Okay, the curriculum houses, the publishing houses, they are chock full of danger. And so here's one. House Publishing says the kingdom is backwards. They have what's called the Kingdom Experiment, a community practice on intentional living. Start living the backwards kingdom Jesus spoke of. I didn't see that. I mean, I didn't see that in the Bible anywhere. And so this is what jumped out at me because I recognize this. Look at Psalm 70 verse 2. Let them be ashamed and confounded that seek after my soul. Let them be, look at here it is, turned backward and put to confusion that desire my hurt. Backwardness in the Bible is a symbol of God's judgment and confusion. You know, these people that are falling backwards in the Bible. It says, let them be ashamed and confounded that seek my soul, and let them be turned backwards. And so, you think about this now. Here's the road to heaven, the direction heaven's in, and the opposite of that would be the road to hell. And so here you have Christ leading you to heaven, but now they want you to turn around and go backwards. So you're not going to heaven anymore. It was Aleister Crowley who told everybody to think backwards, talk backwards, play record backwards, and so that led to the Beatles putting backward messages on their albums. The White Album, Revolution #9, had backward messages in it. Several other things that they did. And then you see backward messages pouring into the rock and roll music industry for years. I don't know if it's done anymore, but there for a while, I mean, it's just everywhere. But things that are backwards are in relation to the devil's kingdom, and God said so. Isaiah chapter 1, He said, Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, and they are gone away. Let's see, in what direction? They are gone away backward. I'm amazed. Imagine that. But the word of the Lord, Isaiah 28, here we are back in Isaiah 28 again. This is the drunkards of Ephraim. The word of the Lord was unto them precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little, that they might go and do what? And fall backward, and be broken, and snared, and taken. Isaiah 44:25, that frustrateth the tokens of the liars, and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men back.